Well, first of all, Extreme E, I think, is an incredibly innovative, out-of-the-box type of racing series, unlike anything I'd ever seen before, but it has a couple key elements that are critical for me. First of all, racing in EV is something that if you want to be a racer into the future, you're going to do at some point. It's just inevitability. It's how it's going to go. So getting a chance to race with a company like McLaren in an EV is pretty special experience. So couldn't pass that up. McLaren is such a fascinating company to me. I mean, it's got such a history in a variety of motorsport and a history of innovation and pushing the limits of not just what a sports car can do on track, but also what it can do off track, and how multi-talented a car can be. That's what I've always loved from even these posters behind me, which is a P1. It's actually out of a video game, but the car that I used to film these are actual posters from a commercial was MP412C, and this car was an incredibly comfortable supercar, which is not something you would normally think of. And I love the McLaren pushes the limits of your perception. And in Extreme E, I think they're going to do the same thing. So I'm really proud to be a part of the McLaren team going into such an innovative sport like that with such an innovative company. 2022 is going to be a big year for Extreme E. They've only done 1 year and it was absolutely huge. The marketing team behind it, the promotion team, the scientists on board. I mean, there's so much that was kind of thrown into that first season, and somehow they pulled it off, frankly. And now I think they're in a stride where they can really take advantage of that momentum in 2022. So this is going to be a big year for Extreme E. It's incredible that McLaren is jumping in as a manufacturer, and I've just found out who my teammate is going to be, and can't wait to show you guys soon, hopefully. Well, in terms of overall career achievements, I don't know if it gets any better than General Lee. I mean, I was born in the 70s. I did grow up watching Boss Hogg chasing those boys around. But yeah, I've been super lucky. I've gotten to drive a whole ton of things on a ton of surfaces in a lot of different countries. It's been an amazing 25 years. It's really hard to believe that I've gotten to do so much fun stuff, and that I still get to do it, frankly, and being kind of on the cutting edge and driving what I think is clearly the next generation of racing with, a company like McLaren. I don't know if it gets any better. It's an amazing lineup in the McLaren family. It really is an honor to be with these guys. I mean, surely I'm come from maybe the side door of the house, and with jumping 332 feet or whatever and doing loops and doing weird things for a living, this is definitely not in the wheelhouse a lot of these guys. I have an absolute ridiculous amount of respect for what they do in these sports cars and Formula 1 cars. It's staggering what they put themselves through, frankly. But anytime they want to trade and try a jump, I'm sure we can set that up. On the one hand, as a racer, it's hard to say that you're an advocate for the environment because you're racing cars, right? My carbon footprint is pretty sizable on a race weekend. But on the other hand, one of the great things about motorsport, since the very beginning of motorsport, is it's pushing reliability, pushing safety also, but it's pushing innovation and performance, and it's pushing it in the ultimate playground or ultimate battleground of competition. And I'm so excited that with EV cars, that same battleground or proving ground exists. And with Extreme E, if you think about it as it's pushing the envelope of how we get range, how we get performance and reliability in super crazy environments, it only helps the EV community to make it a more realistic purchase option for people. And therefore, I think it's a huge sustainability story, and I love being a part of that.